What's going on, everybody? Brian Mann here, hands-on auto training. Today is November 21st, 2022. Guys, this year is just rolling by. I can't tell you how fast it's going. Anyways, guys, I got a little quick story for you that I wanted to share. I thought this was just kind of simple, but also maybe not. I'd like your input on it. If you got some ideas about whether or not my issue may be solved or not by the problem, or should I say the part that I'm going to replace for the problem, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. So guys, we got a 2015 Chevy Colorado. One of my better customers that I deal with on a weekly basis at minimum. I was there a couple weeks ago. They had put an engine in a Chevy Colorado, like the one right behind me, right? They put an engine in this thing, and ever since they put an engine in it, they're complaining about a P0420. It's got the check engine light on. Customer's not happy. Hey, ever since you put the engine in, I got this code. I looked at the vehicle as a favor, if you will. I hate to say it like that, but I mean like a freebie. I think I was working on 2 or 3 other vehicles that day, and literally I just kind of like, hey, I'll just toss my scanner on here and take a look. Well, as I tossed my scanner on there to take a look, everything looked all right. The vehicle was all warmed up. Everything was looking good. Fuel trims were good. I didn't see anything that like jumped out at me. So anyways, they asked me, hey, it's setting at 420. What do you think? I'm like, hey, stop putting junk parts on there. Stop putting that aftermarket converter on there, right? Well, they went and put an AC Delco converter on there, and I don't know how much that was, but it wasn't cheap, kind of based on what I said. Now, like I said, I didn't charge them for diagnosing it. I didn't do anything but literally maybe 2 minutes of a scan tool look, and I also checked for calibration updates with the TLC TechLine Connect. No updates available, and they put the converter in, and now we have a fancy pants GM converter and a 420 code setting. Now they called me back up, and they also said, oh, we got some other code setting too, but we got that 420 back. So I'm like, oh man. So let's take a look at our pre-scan report here. I want to show you this. So taking a look at the data list here, you can see we have a coolant temperature sensor that's reading 207 degrees Fahrenheit. We have an intake air temperature sensor that's reading 82. Both of our intake air temperature sensors. Now this is in the engine data PID list. If we go over here, I can go ahead and click on this, and we looked at the engine cooling and HVAC data, and you can see here the radiator temperature is at 57 degrees, and the engine coolant temperature sensor is at 208 degrees. Guys, this is just a skewed sensor. Nothing really big here, nothing outrageous going on. My question to you is, do you think that an engine coolant temperature sensor skewed could cause a 420 code? I think it could. I'm not 100% sure. I don't have the data, or I didn't look up the description and operation to try to verify that. I'm just thinking, well, hey, if the engine control module thinks the engine is all warmed up, it's going to lean it out a little bit, right? And it really needs a fatter mixture at a cooler temperature. So that's all skewed. So how does that play into the calculations for how the catalyst is supposed to respond if we're getting an under-fueled engine? When I did look at this vehicle, the fuel trims were right on, and it was a warm vehicle. So that's what messed me all up. Like, I would have probably caught that. I try really hard to do a good job of just looking at scan tool data, just perusing through it and seeing if I catch something that jumps out at me. And this jumped out at me pretty quick, but I didn't see it last time, and that's because the engine was warm. It's actually a nice day in Cleveland, if I'm not mistaken. The bay doors were open when I was there. So unfortunately, the problem we have here is this engine coolant temperature sensor is all the way back on the back part of this motor here. It's way buried, way back here, straight down, right below the vacuum pump. It's very difficult to get to. I tried to get to it. I barely was able to get to it and unplug it, but there's no way I could actually replace the sensor. The other telltale sign I want to tell you about here is, guys, the engine coolant temperature gauge was reading right in the middle when I got in the vehicle. I assumed when I got into the vehicle today and turned the key to the run position that this vehicle was all warmed up. I didn't know if it was being run in a shop, but it turned out that was a dead giveaway. If you ever like get into a vehicle that should be cold and you look at the temperature gauge and it's reading, you know, hotter than it should, another dead giveaway of what might be going on. But unfortunately, like I said, I went ahead and I couldn't access this sensor very well. I did reach back there and I did unplug it, and it went to negative 40 degrees Fahrenheit, so I'm pretty confident that we don't have a circuit problem besides a sensor. Guys, I want to know what you think about this. Do let me know. It's always important to take a look at the simple things that we can mess around with or in our data list. Whatever simple, I like to do. You guys have a great day. If you like this type of content, please do like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Also, if you're interested in more diagnostic procedures, electrical testing, and all kinds of other stuff, be sure to check out the membership site, handsonautotraining.com. It's only $10 a month. You can find it up in the description. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.